Hey there, today I'll be showing you how to draw Chibi Raiden from Mortal Kombat. So we're going to start with the eyes, starting with the one on the left, drawing the upper brow. So from the outside we're going to curve down and in towards the inside of the eye. From here I'm going to curve up for a little frown line. Let's go over to the right side and draw the same thing. So starting in the frown line at the top, I'm going to curve down, making sure we're lined up at the same height, and then curve out to the outside of the eye. Let's make this one a little bit longer just to match. From here, I'm going to overlap the upper eyelid on top of the eye. So I'm going to step in a little bit and do a curve into that point there. So almost like a half circle. And curve right in. And then underneath this eye, I'm going to draw an eye bag. So from this point, I'm just going to pull out a line like this. Let's go to the right side and draw the same thing. So from this point, I'm going to tuck this in underneath the eyelid. So curving around and then up. And we'll draw the eye bag underneath with a curve. From here, let's go ahead and draw in the mouth. So I'm going to have him with a big open mouth like he's screaming. On the side here, I'm going to draw a curve from the left, curving up. And then this point, I'm going to curve back down and tuck it in underneath the bottom of that upper lip. So curving up, and then just letting it overlap on top like that. From here, I'm going to draw some teeth on the top. So some simple teeth. From the left side here, I'm going to curve down, and then up on the right side. And we shift over the jaw a little bit for the bottom teeth. So from here, we curve over to the right side. And for the tongue, I'm going to draw a big curve from this left side here. And just tuck that in on the right side. We're going to color the empty area in black, so inside between the teeth and the tongue. Alright, now that we got the eyes and the mouth, I want to draw the brim of the hat because it's going to sort of sit on top of the eyes. So from the left to right, I want to draw this long curve that starts just around the bottom of the eye, right about here, and curve up over the eyes. Curving down on the right side. Now from here, I'm going to curve in the head. So right about here is where my chin's going to be located. There's a little chin piece, a little detail that sits right on top of the chin. So I'm going to start with a half circle, starting from the outside of the left eye in towards my finger. So it's almost like a half circle. And right about there I'll stop, and on the right side I'll do the same thing. Just like that. Let's draw in the chin strap detail. So from the ends, I'm going to angle two lines going in towards the mouth, and then curving to connect those 2 points. At the bottom ends here, I'm just going to curve and round this out, so it sort of bulges out underneath the chin. On the side, we want to draw the head wrap. So just on the side of this eye here, we draw a curve that tapers in to that chin strap. On the right, we'll do the same thing. So starting out here, we'll curve and tuck that in like that. From here, let's draw in the back side of the hat. So this point is going to curve in the opposite direction as the front and tuck this in underneath the face. And then on the right side, we'll curve and do the same thing. From here, let's go ahead and draw in the hat. So it's almost like a big sort of triangle, pyramid, but at the top I kind of want to give it some interesting shape. I don't want to just go to a point, I want to kind of break it up a little bit. So at the top of the head we're here. From this point I want to curve up, sort of bowing inwards up to a point. So curving up and in. So you can see there's a big gap here, and I want to space this out. So right about here, and curve down towards the right side. And connect those 2 points with a curve going up. Going up and down. Now in here, I just want to step it in a little bit and just draw 2 angled lines. Just following the same angle as the side and on the inside here. So there's a little gap here. From the top, we'll just connect that with another curve. Now for a little bit of hat detail, I'm going to draw a little strap on the top and bottom. So on the side here, I'm just going to follow the front edge with a curve, and on the top here I'll do the same thing. You can notice that I'm not really moving my wrist when I'm drawing this curve. I'm just moving from my elbow and keeping my arm as one piece. Inside here I'm going to draw some rivets. So in the center here, I'm going to draw a circle. I'll draw one more over here, and then one on the right side, right about here. And along the top I'll probably just draw 2 smaller ones. One on the left, and then one on the right. Okay, so we got the head. Let's get into the body. Now this part of the body, I'm going to try to draw it a little bit differently than I normally do, because I want to have the hand sticking out, and I want a lightning bolt going across, connecting the 2 hands. So I'm kind of have to draw in both hands with the lightning bolt and then fold in the body detail underneath afterwards. So as normal, I usually draw my bodies out from the side here, and then locate the hands on either side here. I'm going to make it wide enough, just enough space to fit in the body afterwards. So from here, I'm going to leave out the space here because the lightning bolt's going to come from the center of the hand, come across. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the upper edge of the thumb. So again, body, arms will come out this way. I'm going to draw the upper thumb area in first. So doing a little curl like that. From here, I'm going to draw a series of ovals. So one up here, just touching the edge of that thumb, like that. I'm going to move down and do another one, leaving a small little gap in between. I'm going to connect these 2 points in the middle with a little curve like that. From here, I want to draw in the pinky. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky. I'm going to draw another oval, but I'm not going to close the end. I'm going to swirl around the end. So doing a curve like this. Now, this is where I usually close in this oval, but I'm going to come around like that. I'm going to close this off with a little curve like this. Now, we're going to leave the hand like that for now. I'm going to go over to the right side and draw the same thing on this side here. So starting on the inner edge of the thumb, right about here, I'm going to curl around for the thumb. Now we're going to draw those ovals. For one finger, and leave a gap. Draw a second finger. We'll close it off with a little curve inside. Now we're going to draw in the pinky. So starting here, we curve around and out. Curling around, and then around the pinky, then back in, close that off in the inside. Now that I have both hands in, I'm going to draw the lightning bolt going across. And this could be just a random sort of shape, some angles going out. So from the center of the palm, I'm just going to draw just some wiggly lines like this. Going all the way across, and then right to the center of that hand. I'm going to go back here, and then I'm going to draw just another wiggly line. You can see that I'm going thick and thin, I'm going close, and then out. And it could be any shape that you want. It doesn't have to match exactly the way that I've done it. From here, let's go ahead and finish off the hand. So from the tip of this thumb, I'm just going to draw the meat of the hand here, this little curve here. I'm going to connect those 2 points and just tuck it in underneath the lightning bolt so that the hand sort of touches in the back there. We'll do the same thing on the right side, closing that off. Do a little curve for the meat of the hand. Now we can go back to the body and draw in the upper torso. So from the center, on either side, I want to draw a curve down to the waist. So from this side, it's going to get tucked in behind this lightning bolt. So we're going to start up here, curving behind, and then curving down. We'll do the same thing on this side. So curving in behind the lightning bolt, and then down. We'll connect those 2 points with a curve. I'm just drawing the body like I normally do. I'm just kind of like lifting my pen every time I see a lightning bolt in my way. So over here, I'm going to curve the belt in behind. Draw a couple little curves just for some wrinkles in the belt line. Let's go back up here to the neck and draw the collar. So up here, I'm going to draw an angled line on both sides coming in. Connect that with a curved line coming down, and we're just going to trace this all the way around so it's twice as thick. From this side, we want to draw the shoulders. So here, I would probably do a flare coming out like this. We'll leave a gap on the top. Now we're just going to angle in towards the head. Like this. For the shoulder, we're going to draw a little stripe, a little detail like that, just like we did with the collar. Now we can just layer in the arms in behind. So up here, I'm just going to curve right into the hand. And then down here, I'm going to curve that in underneath the body. Up here, we're going to draw a little wristband. So on the side here, on the upper part of the arm, we're going to curve in behind the lightning bolt and come out at the bottom. Let's do the same thing on this side. So stepping down, curve into the hand. Down here, we'll curve into the hand, and we'll draw the wristband tucked in underneath the lightning bolt. Okay, so that was probably the hardest part of this drawing. Let's get into the body, the lower legs, the lower torso. So down here, I'm going to make the legs about the same length and height as the upper part of the body. So down here would be where the bottom of the feet would be. On either side here, I'm just going to draw some angled curved lines coming down, just for the little clot that comes down. Connect those 2 points with a curve, and then we're going to just trace this out, just like we did with the collar. Just giving a nice little detailed strip in the inside. Okay, let's get into the legs. So in the middle here, I'm going to leave a gap. On the left side, I'm going to draw a curve down to the heel. On the right, we'll curve down to the heel. We'll draw the width and length of the foot. So from the heel to toe, just draw a curve. On the right side, we'll draw that same curve. Let's go ahead and draw the feet. So from the toe, I'm going to do a curve towards the heel. I'm just going to aim a curve towards the heel, but I'm not going to close it off. I'm just going to curve up to the top, and as I get close to the heel, I'm just going to stop like that. Let's go ahead and draw another line underneath on the bottom here, just following that bottom line just for the sole. And then up here, I'm going to curve down and out towards the top of the foot. Let's do the same thing on this side. So from the heel, I'm going to leave a gap, draw a curve to the front of the toe, and draw that curve for the sole. And we draw a curve going out the front of the leg and then coming back into the top of that foot. Let's draw in the bottom edge of the shoe or the boot. Draw a curve like this. On the end here, I'm going to curve out. I'm going to flare this out. It almost looks like a cloth sort of wrapped around the legs like that. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Chibi Raiden from Mortal Kombat. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.